And hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kyle Iris and we're going to be getting into this very shortly. We are going to have Juice spawning as a yellow Zerg, and we are going to have Letsgowild spawning as the teal Terran here on Shakuras Plateau. So hopefully we shall have a good game here. Just waiting to get into the game. Okay, so as I said before, Juice is going to be spawning as the yellow Zerg here down in the bottom left position, and we do have Letsgowild spawning as the teal Terran in the right hand position. And ooh, I like that symbol. That's a pretty cool symbol. And not rallied. Oh, there we go. It's rallied. It's all good. Yes. So I don't know much about these players. However, I am very interested to see what they do. I wouldn't be surprised if we do see Juice going for some crazy shenanigans. And oh, he has a cool symbol too. Oh, I love these symbols. I don't know what it is about symbols that kind of get me going, but they're really nice. So anyway, Juice is going to be flying his Overlord over here to the right position, as is always normal on Shakuras Plateau, as you cannot spawn in vertical positions. But Juice, you know, knowing this, he's going to be flying over in this direction in order to be able to scout out his opponent. So Letsgowild is going to be walling in here, which is also normal in the ZVT matchup. I was about to say BVT, but who cares? And, you know, Juice is going to be going for maybe a quick expand. Where are you going? No, he's going for a bit of a scout. So, interesting play right now. Although he is saving up quite a bit, so I wouldn't be surprised if we do see an expansion out of Juice anytime soon. Letsgowild is just continuing to build that wall off at the front of his base. And both players now just going for a little bit of a scoot around the base. And my girlfriend's just come in, so hello, Henrietta. Pardon? No, you're not in camera. Sorry, I'm doing a cast for some people. So, yeah. So, Juice is going to be scouting the wrong location first, and wow, actually, we do have a very quick expand out from Juice right now. So, Letsgowild has seen that, and no doubt may end up trying to deny that, as that is oh so strong nowadays. So, it's up to Juice as to whether or not he wants to throw down a spawning pool anytime soon, in order to deny any kind of pressure that does come along. Although Letsgowild has finished his wall off here and is going to be throwing down a refinery as well. So I mean, Letsgowild has a wealth of options from here. Can go for a little bit of Reaper harass if he so wishes, which is always so interesting. And oh, that drone gets picked off by that SCV Imber, and so like Letsgowild now is just going to be doing whatever he wants behind this. I mean, he can easily tech up to anything he wants really from this. Although, you know, this kind of he doesn't really have a second gas yet, so I would be surprised if we saw any kind of Banshees coming out from Letsgowild anytime soon. Meanwhile, though, Juice is just getting up his spawning pool in order to be able to defend his hatchery, and this hatchery has gone very kind of unscathed. Not much pressure going on there from Letsgowild right now, as Letsgowild just gears up to put his Marines over here, maybe to deny this Overlord in this position, but a second refinery actually going down now for Letsgowild. So I'm predicting maybe some kind of factory play. I wouldn't be surprised if we did see that come out from Letsgowild at this point. Juice, meanwhile, is going to be going for his Zergling speed, and you know, getting his economy up at his natural. Very nice at this point. He's content to be able to build his economy at this point without much hindrance at all. And we do have that factory now going down for Letsgowild, and I need to take a break. I need to take a breather a second, because that entire monologue was like a whole sentence. Breathe. Pardon, Henrietta? Oh, it's the ferret. Okay, cool stuff. So, I mean, Zergling is going to be moving out across the map here, no doubt. Oh, will that Zergling get picked off? No, he moves back ever so slightly, and Letsgowild's Marine does hold. And this factory is going to be going up quite nicely. So now, actually, quite a lot of banked minerals and gas out here for Letsgowild at this point. And to be honest, at this point, he could go for Starport, even if he does see so fit. But he is going to be grabbing out a Hellion, a little supply box here. But Stargate going down, Starports, even dual Starports going down, so maybe some crazy Banshee harass here. Would like to see maybe some cloak with that, and Juice would be very underprepared for that kind of cloak play if that does come along, and we'll have to see what does happen from here. So Letsgowild just making a few more Marines. He only has 2 Marines out right now, and we do have a tech lab going down on this barrack factory as well. Where did that Hellion go? Maybe he cancelled the Hellion now that I think about it. Let's go Wild here, a little bit indecisive with his play right now, but no worries at all. He'll be fine, just fine. And indeed, we do have the Hellions coming out now, and I'm interested to see what this Tech Lab's going to be doing. Maybe Blue Flame, and we do also have 2 Tech Labs going down on here, so we're going to see some Banshees coming out anytime soon. Evolution Chamber does go up for Juice. He knows his timings. He's probably maybe going to get a Spore Crawler either base, and we do have a Lair on the way as well, so he will have an Overseer out in time just in case any kind of cloak does come along, but right now not being used for anything. Although wow, Juice, nice scouting there, does spot these 2 2 starports, and Let's Go Wild actually sort of wisely in my opinion choosing not to go for the Banshee route, going just for the starport medevac route. As you know, from seeing that, Juice would expect the Banshees, and there is another Banshee coming out, so right, okay, cool stuff. And Let's Go Wild at this point, throwing down 2 more barracks in his base. Blue Flame on the way. We don't have any cloak coming out just yet, but there are Spore Crawlers going down. So as you can see, he has forced the Spore Crawler creation. And if he doesn't go for cloak at all, he's forced quite a lot of minerals there. Although, you know, it will be very, very good air defense, given that the Banshee control will be suboptimal. But we'll have to see what does go on from there. We have a Lair on the way now, and a good play by Juice here, keeping an eye on when this expansion is taken. That's always so important. We do have the command center now being built for Let's Go Wild. We also have an engineering bay going down as well. Always very nice to be able to keep your eye on when Mutalisks are going to be popping out, so you get your missile turrets out as quickly as possible. And the Spire is indeed going up for Juice, so he may be going for a very, very standard ZVT here. Oh, excuse me, I've just casted like an hour and a bit of games and now I'm doing this, so bit roasted. But now, oh my god, 3 Blue Flame Hellions in the base here, going to be able to roast a lot of drones right now. And this was a fantastic move here by Let's Go Wild in order to be able to pull himself back into it economically and taking out a lot of drones, and this is really not looking good for Juice at this point. The entirety of the drones are roasted away at the main, and now Let's Go Juice is going to be heading down to the natural, and this could be GG right here if he gets enough kills. This is ridiculous. Blue Flame Hellions are so strong in this position, and a few Zerglings now do pop out, finally clean that up, but at what cost? Juice is going to be really behind in the economic game completely. As we're looking at the minerals there, the income take for the Terran is very, very high now in comparison to the Zerg. And ooh, with this Banshee out, he could do even more harass at this point. And this is actually quite clever by Let's Go Wild. He understands now that his opponent is going to be forced to drone up. Oh no, he's not actually moving out. I was going to say he could move out with this force, realize that his opponent is going to have to drone up more in order to be able to keep up economically, but now, and actually could be killing this Overlord. He could push out and make sure that there aren't many units coming, but wow, actually 7 Mutalisks on the way for Juice, so he's going to go for some crazy, crazy kind of counter to that Hellion harass. I mean, that did a lot of damage. He really needs to kill off a lot of SCVs in order to be able to keep up, especially with Let's Go Wild's natural actually up and running very, very soon, as long as he transfers some SCVs. So, Juice actually moving out across the map now. Actually, this is a pretty scary amount of Mutalisks. If he can get a good surround on the Marines, he'd be in a good stead, but there aren't actually any Marines here, so these Mutalisks will be able to clean house. Despite all the Zerglings going down, there are a few Spine Crawlers in the base going down as well, and Let's Go Wild realizes that these units will be forfeit and marches up into the base, trying to roast some more drones. Will he get a few kills? Does get a few kills there. Will he get even more? Oh, Blue Flame Hellions are so brutal. But now Let's Go Wild realizes that the Mutalisks are out. He's going to build some missile turrets on the perimeters of his base, and nicely placed missile turrets in all of these positions here in order to be able to deny the Muta harass, which is oh so crucial for the Zerg at this point. He really wants to get in there, really take out some of the economy of the opponent, and he's going to be denied. Although that being said, he could get 1 or 2 kills here since the missile turrets are just not finished. The rest do finish up, and those Mutalisks will be denied. So now Vikings on the way for Let's Go Wild, and not doing much else with these tech things just yet. Tech things? I'm on tilt right now, sorry about this. And the Mutalisks did take 1 or 2 volleys from those Vikings, but ultimately really not doing too much damage at this point, and actually loading up in order to be able to potentially do a little bit of a drop. Once again, Let's Go Wild playing this out much better than he played out at the start of the early game. I feel it was a little bit choked right there. and +1 weapons on the way for the Marines, as well as combat shields. And these Mutalisks just continue to scour around the map looking for an opening. Can't really find one just yet, as Letsgowild has taken very good precautions in terms of missile turrets, etc. Excuse me. So now Juice is really kind of resided to he's going to be taking a third base over here. Very nice choice. Really like to see that. He really needs to pull himself back into this game economy-wise. As you can see, the economies are pretty even, but Letsgowild is just he's doing a really good job of locking this down. Although he is losing a few Vikings here, really needs to move those Marines over in order to be able to deal with that. Only 4 Mutalisks do remain though, and as a Zerg you really don't want to lose that many Mutalisks, as they are extremely gas intensive. At the same time though, a bit of a drop in the main of Juice, but it's going to get cleaned up pretty quickly. A few Vikings as well landed here. Nice use of those Vikings. I really like to see Vikings being landed for a little bit of harass. It's really kind of an underused tactic nowadays that should be utilised a little bit more. Pardon? I don't know, Henrietta. A few hours maybe. Sorry. Oh, that's nice. Sorry, my girlfriend's showing me some lizards. So, we do have Mutalisks still flying around once again, trying to find an opening, flying perilously close to those Marines. They could have stimmed ever so slightly, maybe got 1 or 2 free kills, but at the same time now, Zerglings moving out across the map. Few Vikings attacking the Mutalisks, going to be able to do significant amounts of damage, but now the Zerglings are trying to get a bit of a surround on these Marines. Do not, though, and now the Vikings and Marine Force are going to be able to push in, potentially, doing a significant amount of damage. So we will have to see. Juice just kind of rebolstering in the background here. He is really in a bad spot, I must admit. I felt that he was in a good position in the early game, but Letsgowild has sort of pulled this back. A lone mule here, probably willing to repair this Viking anytime soon, maybe even this medevac. But wow, actually nice map awareness by Letsgowild here. Going to be able to take out this hatchery, which is big at this point. Although, that being said, a lot of Zerglings going to be running in here. Really wants to look for the surround. Will he get it? It does get the surround on a few Hellions reinforcing, but does decide to pull towards those, and the hatchery does go down, so Letsgowild in a very good position. But oh, the nice surround there by Juice, able to take out the majority of those Marines, and Letsgowild is actually forced to pick up and leave. Oh, actually, I need to close Quake thing so I don't get all the bleeping. Sorry about that. And Juice now, he really needs to establish a third once again. Oh, but at the same time, Letsgowild is going to be establishing his own third. Siege tanks now on the way for Letsgowild, and he's going to be transferring into a more standard TVZ. And yeah, I really like the idea of actually using these Vikings for harass, like landing them, etc. And also just kind of evading, warding off those Mutalisks even. I'm all tongue-tied today, sorry about that. And, you know, Juice, right now, he really needs to kind of just continue bolstering his forces. He really doesn't have too much. He does have a macro hatch up. Needs to be able to spend that money. And, oh, Baneling speed on the way as well. Wants to morph some in order to be able to take out these Marines even easier, but those Marines could be very... Oh my god, a big surround goes off on them, and then the tank gets surrounded as well, but ultimately the stim may actually prevail here. No, the Zerglings may... Oh my god, that is way too close to call. The Marines do indeed prevail, and they will live to see another day and could potentially push up here. It's very little units out for Juice right now. 32 Zerglings on the way, and this could be bad. Spinecrawler now going up for Juice, but I feel it's a little bit too late. A few more Marines now coming in to reinforce, and now all the reinforcing Marines, the reinforcing Zerglings are all split up, and that is bad. They really needed to all engage at the very same time in order to be able to deal with this. And Juice GG's for the first game.